We'll do the 10th one. Sarvaha swartham samihate. Kilankad Yajnarama Sharma, Chidambaram. Kilankad. அது என்ன இப்ப ஊருன்னு தெரியல பார்க்கணும். சர்வஹா ஸ்வார்த்தம் சமீஹதே. Everybody tries to, or ihate is more like abhilashati, so ichhati. Sarvaha, all people want swartham. They only want something that is useful for themselves. This is very similar to the idu irukkalya Upanishad vakyam which says atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. If something is dear to them, it is because it is prayojanam for them. Atmanaha tu kamaya, for the sake of themselves. Then if that object is for the sake of themselves, only then will they feel that object is very dear to them. Abdinu Upanishad vakyam. So this is another sukti. Sarvaha swartham samihate.
Sarvaha swartham samihate. Kilankad Yajnarama Sharma Chidambaram. So maybe that is a village near Chidambaram. Kilankad. Sarvaha sakalaha jantuhu.
இல்ல புதுக்கோட்டைன்னு அத போட்டுருக்கோம்.
ஓ புதுக்கோட்டை இல்ல. Okay.
Pudukkottai not near Chidambaram.
It is not, but enna he would have come and settled in Chidambaram, but his original native place would have been Kilankad.
Okay. Okay. Sarvaha sakalaha jantuhu swartham swaprayojanam samihate sanyak abhilashati iti upanyasa vishayasya vakyartah. Vishayaha asya vakyartah. So it means that every being seeks its own purpose or aims or strives for its own benefit.
Samyak abhilashati ngarche, he really wishes for that, for his own prayojanam. Yeah. Iti upanyasa vishayasya. Upanyasa ngarde lecture na சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா. In general parlance in Tamil we say upanyasam pandra அப்படின்னா it is they are doing a lecture on something. Here upanyasaha is something that is put forth right now, so you take it as the title. The upanyasa
Statement under discussion.
Statement of discussion.
This is the meaning of the statement under discussion. Atra samihate iti padam sampurvakat iha dhatoho nishpannatvat ichha janya kriya nishpatti paryantam artham bodhayati. Samihate, that word has the some upasarga purvakam, so with the prefix sam, and dhatu is derived from the root ih dhatu, and it conveys
nishpannatvat, because it has been derived from the ih dhatu with the some in front of it as a prefix.
Therefore it conveys the meaning like a paryantam, nishpatti paryantam. It conveys the meaning up to the accomplishment of an action
that will give rise to
desire.
Ichha.
Caused by desire.
So Ichha janya kriya. Ichaya janya kriya, a kriya which is produced by the Ichha desire. And until the production of that action, so kriya nishpatti paryantam, until that action is accomplished, the meaning of samihate extends to that, because samyak ichhati iti chet, it is not just a fleeting desire, but it is an ardent desire.
Until the action is accomplished, that much it lasts. Tena sarvopi swaprayojanam labdhum prayatnam karoti iti tatparyam bhavati. The purpose of this is that everyone makes an effort to attain their own purpose.
Tena, because of this arthena. Connect it with that. So tena, therefore ataha sarvaha swaprayojanam labdhum, in order to attain their own end, prayatnam karoti, they make an effort, he makes an effort, everybody makes an effort. Iti tatparyam bhavati, this is the purport.
अत्र अर्थपदेन अर्थोभिधेय रैः वस्तु प्रयोजन निवृत्तिषु इति निघण्टूक्तिम् अनुसृत्य प्रयोजनरूपः परिगृह्यते. So the artha in this the word artha, by following the meaning what is said in the Niguntu, the thesaurus, which says that artha abhideya rai vastu prayojana,
each one has a different meaning here. Now artha, the word artha conveys these meanings. These are all the synonyms. No, again, artha can be used in the sense of, usually when you have this saptami, it indicates the meaning in which this prathama vibhakti word can be used. So artha is the word that can be used in the sense of abhideya. Abhideya na, we use a shabda and the one that is indicated by that word is the padartha, is the object. So abhideya is that which is indicated by a word. That is also called artha. Rai na aishwaryam, wealth. So rai ingaradu aikaranta padam, shabdamanjarila undu adu. Raihi rayo rayaha. Akaranta shabda manapadam pandromo illiyo, first we will take up this aikaranta and aukaranta and memorize that shabda. இந்த சின்ன வயசுல நமக்கு வந்து ஒரு எந்தூசியாசம் உண்டு, அதுல இந்த ரை வரும், ரைஹி ராயோ ராயா அப்படின்னு போகும். So rai is wealth, vastu any object is artha, prayojanam ஒரு purpose. Nivritti also means completion or you can nivrittiங்கிறச்சே அதுதான் சொல்லணும். ஆமா.
Here the artha is taken as a prayojana rupaha is taken. So this is the form of the purpose.
Yeah.
That is the meaning it is taking.
Yeah, nighantu uktim anusritya, following this statement given in nighantu, prayojana rupaha parigrihyate. So prayojana rupaha arthaha parigrihyate.
The meaning in the form of purpose is what is taken by the word arthaha. Swapadena svo jnata vatmani. So jnata va atmani swam trishu atmiye स्वोस्त्रितयां धने इति अमरकोशात् जीवात्मा तदीयः पदार्थश्च स्वीक्रियते. So the kosha vakyam is given here. Swojnata vatmani swam trishvatmiye svo satriyam striyam dhane. Astriyam dhane is
okay,
given.
so
that
swaha
is kosha vakyam.
Yeah, swaha in pullingam. When you take swaha, the shabda in pullinga alone, it indicates the jnata, one who understands. Janati.
Jnata
swaha
is the relative.
Relative na?
Bandhu janam, right? Jnatya.
Adu jnati.
Swapadena, that is also used, right? It is also used to indicate the that, right? Relative.
So relative irukku, jnatiங்கிறது இருக்கு, but svo jnatau atmanina அத மாத்திக்கணும் நம்ம. jnata vatmani.
Okay, jnata vatmani is basically jnatau.
So இப்போ jnatau atmaninu வரும். என்னடான்னு நானும் பார்க்கறேன். Correct. Jnati,
okay, there should be no space and comma and all there.
Yes. So jnati is a relative. Okay, so
and
bandhu.
then atma is there, and then swam padam is used to it's used in three vishaya and three lingam also. Atmiyam is my own, that kind of thing, and then swaha striyan dhane. Dhanam is also there, that is in three lingam.
No, it is not in stri. Astriyam nu irukku.
Astriyam means napumsaka and pullingi.
So swaha pullingathla edukarche, it indicates a bandhu, jnatihi. Atmani, when you want to indicate oneself, then you use it in napumsakalingam, which is swam. Okay. Then atmiye, can be in trishu lingeshu. அப்படின்னா ஆத்மா is different. When you want to say swam pashyami அப்படிங்கிற aham swam pashyami, aham atmanam pashyami. Okay, that is in napunsakalinga. Aham swam pustakam nayami, aham swam lekhanim nayami, aham swam in grantham likhami. I am writing my grantha, I am taking my pen. adukku atmiya atmanaha idam iti or atmanaha iyam atmanaha ayam. So it can occur in all three lingas, swaha, swam and swa. Okay,
belonging to myself.
Myself. When it comes to that, it becomes an adjective to the object, so it takes on the lingam of the object. The last one is swaha. When you say swaha or swam, both in pullinga and napunsakalinga, except for in strilingam, you don't use swa. It indicates dhanam of any kind, wealth, raihi, edu vannalum use panikalam.
I think after swam trishvatmiye there should be no comma, right? Because after trishvatmiye it can be a comma. Before that there should be no comma.
Swam, no atmani swam adu tani.
Okay.
So swaha jnato, atmani swam, and then trishu api atmiye.
Okay.
Then swaha astriyam dhane.
Correct.
Iti amarakosha.
So the individual soul, the jivatma and its objects are all indicated by this word. Parigrihyate,
swikriyate.
Two meanings,
both jivatma and its padartha.
Objects. Objects are accepted. Evam cha प्राणि वर्गः समस्तोपि स्वभावतः आत्मा आत्मीय प्रयोजन सिद्ध्यै प्रयतते इति पिण्डितोऽर्थः. So the पिण्डितोऽर्थः means condensed meaning. So the entire living beings, prani varga, all the living beings, samastopi, all living beings, swabhavatah, by their
the entire
nature,
class of living beings.
The entire class of living beings, by their very own nature, swabhavatah, atma atmiya prayojana siddhyai, strive for the accomplishment of their own and
accomplishment of themselves and whoever belongs to them or whatever belongs to
purpose, them. Related purpose. They all strive for that. That is the condensed meaning. Tathaiva loke drishyate sarveshvapi लौकिककार्येषु प्रयोजनवत् अधीना प्रवृत्तिमत्ता. So it is seen, thus it is seen in the world that the sarveshu api, all the laukika karyeshu, in all the worldly activities, prayojanavat adhina, the tendency to act purposefully
முதல்ல பிரவೃತ್ತಿ மத்தாங்கறத போட்டுக்கணும். So the பிரவೃತ್ತಿ மத்தாங்கிறது என்ன அர்த்தம்? பிரவೃತ್ತಿஹி means ஒரு inclination to do.
Yeah, that's what is a tendency to act.
Tendency to actங்கிறது இப்போ பிரவೃತ್ತಿஹி அஸ்ய அஸ்தி इति பிரவೃತ್ತಿமான் பிரவೃತ್ತಿமதः பாவः பிரவೃತ್ತಿமத்தா. That again comes back to பிரவೃತ್ತಿஹி only.
Okay.
இது டபுள் அந்த பாவம் போட்டோம்னா அஸ்ய அஸ்தி போட்டுட்டு பாவா போட்டா it will indicate the same guna that is there. ஒரு சிம்பிளர் எக்ஸாம்பிள் டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் திஸ் சொல்லிடுறேன். தர்மிதான்னு ஒண்ணு இருக்கு. தர்மஹா அஸ்ய அஸ்தி இதி தர்மி, one who possesses the quality. அதுக்கப்புறம் the quality of the possessor of qualityங்கறச்சே it goes back to the quality itself. Dharminaha bhavaha dharmita is equal to dharma. Or loop back to the first compound, first word in the compound. Puriyarda adu? In the same way here also, pravritti matta is equal to pravrittihi. So the tendency to act. The tendency to act in all of these laukika karya is dependent on prayojanam. பிரயோஜனவது அதீனம். பிரயோஜனம் இருக்கா இல்லையாங்கிறத அடிப்படையாக வைத்து ஒரு ஒரு ஆக்ஷன்ங்கிறது இருக்குங்கிறார். வெதர் இட் இஸ் வித் த பர்பஸ் ஆர் நாட், இட் டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் இட் பீயிங் வித் த பர்பஸ். அதான் அர்த்தம்.
The tendency to act purposefully depends on the
purposefully இல்ல,
the goal, purpose itself. The tendency to act
depends
on the goal.
Depends on it being an action which results in something. அப்படி சொல்ற தமிழ்ல சொல்லிடுறேன் ஒரு நிமிஷம். சர்வேஷ்வபி லௌகிக காரியேஷு, எல்லா உலகத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய அத்தனை காரியங்களிலும் பிரவருத்தி மத்தா செயல்படுவது அப்படிங்கிறது இருக்கே, அது எதை அடிப்படையாக வைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது? பிரயோஜனவத் அதீனா, பிரயோஜனத்தை வைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கும் காரணத்தில் அது அதீனமாக இருக்கு. அத பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் இருக்கு நம்ம ஆக்ட் பண்றதே. இஃப் எதி பிரயோஜனமேவ நாஸ்தி தத்ர, यदि प्रयोजनमेव नास्ति तर्हि तस्मिन् कार्ये प्रवृत्तिः एव न भवति. प्रयोजनं तस्मिन् कार्ये वर्तते इति कारणादेव अस्माकं प्रवृत्तिः तस्मिन् कार्ये वर्तते. तर्हि प्रवृत्तिः प्रयोजन अधीना और प्रयोजनवद् अधीना. அப்படின்னா பிரயோஜனம் தத்ர வர்த்ததே இதி தஸ்மின்னேவ என்ன சொல்றது, டிபெண்டன்டா இருக்கு. புரியுதா?
Only if it is useful, then we act on it. If it is not useful, we don't act. We don't act on that particular matter.
That's the simpler way of expressing this sentence.
प्रयोजनम अनुद्दिश्य न मंदोपि प्रवर्तते इति अभियुक्तोक्तिश्च. It is a abhyuktoktisha. It is a well-known saying. It goes like, even a fool does not act without a purpose, without intending a purpose.
Prayojanam anuddishya. Uddishyana, intending a purpose or towards a purpose, having that in mind. Without having a prayojanam in mind, even a dullard would not get into action.
सर्वत्र जगति भृत्यवर्गाद आरभ्य महाधिकरणिक प्राङ्विवाकपर्यन्तं प्रयोजनम् उद्दिश्येव सर्वस्य प्रवृत्तिः वर्तते इति सर्वजनविदितम् इदम्. It is known to everyone. This is well known to all. Sarvatra jagati, in the world, everywhere in the world. Bhrityavargat arambhya, starting from servants, the class of servants. Mahadikaranika prangvivaka
paryantam. It is pradvivaka.
Oh, pradvivaka paryantam.
It is a chief justice ne peru.
The high justice or magistrate, chief justice.
So maha adhikaranika, one who occupies a great position in the nyayalaya. அவருக்கு பிராட்விவாக்கன்னு பேரு. So a nyayadhisha is called a pradvivaka. tat paryantam, until the Supreme Court Chief Justice வரைக்கும் அப்படி எடுத்துக்கிறோம்.
Starting from servants to the Chief Justice. Prayojanam uddishya eva, with the activity is directed towards a purpose. Sarvasya pravrittihi vartate. So everyone's activity is directed towards a purpose, starting from the servants all the way to the very high position occupying high justice magistrate.
Sarvajana viditam idam. This is known to everybody.
It's known to all. क्वचित् वैदिककार्ये sometimes in Vedic rituals, Agnishtome, that is the name of a
Yagam.
yajna. So Agnishtoma yajna, Agnishtoma sacrifice. अस्य यज्ञस्य का दक्षिणा इत्यादि प्रथमतः एव सोमप्रवाकेन पृष्टत्वान्. So what is the fee for this, what is the dakshina for this for performing this agnishtoma yaga, like that the performer, the ritvik asks in the beginning itself.
Soma pravakena. Soma pravaka is a proclamation madri. It is a declaration in the beginning of a yaga that they ask. இது இது வழியா ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, there is also a rik associated with it, and they will ask it in the form of a rik, and the answer should also be given there. This is this is incorporated within the practice of the yaga itself. அதுக்கு
Okay. The proclaimer of the Soma sacrifice asks right at the beginning, what is the dakshina or the sacrificial fee for performing this yajna for your sake, on your behalf. Ritvijam pravrittihi prayojanadhina vartate iti cha. So their priest's inclination to perform that sacrifice is dependent on the purpose. How much dakshina they'll get and what dakshina they'll get and all. Based on that, they'll do that yajna.
Yeah. So prathamataha eva somapravakena prishtatvat, because it is being asked by the proclaimer. So this is a hetu here. This is the evidence and a hetu that proves us that ritvijam pravrittihi prayojanadhina abdin. Yeah.
Ma'am, can you explain this again? Ritvijam, like the entire.
Okay. Kvachit, in certain cases, in Vaidika Karye Agnishtome, in some Vaidika Karyas in Yaga Yajnadi, especially in Agnishtoma, which is a specific type of sacrifice, adila, there is a Soma Pravaka, that is, there is a person who starts off the Soma Yagam by first proclaiming, Modalli avar ketruvar, Asya Yajnasya ka dakshina ityadi. Prathamataha eva. In the beginning itself, he asks, what is the dakshina? What is the fees for this yajnam? Abdinutu, it is because it is being asked by the Soma Pravaka, by the performer of that Soma Yagam. What does it show us? Ritvijam pravrittihi prayojana adhina vartate iti cha nyayate abdin irukkanum. Iti purum inge cha vendam.
Okay. So the Veda doesn't tell what dakshina to ask for what yaga and all. It is dependent on the yajamana.
It is supposed to be dependent on the yajamana. Ana, how they answer is, they have a standard set of answers also for that. 10000 varagan, katti varagan la solradhu illaya. You know, when they do this dakshinai and all that, 10000 katti varagan kudukurangra. Nobody gives so much of gold today in that manner. Illaya? They give adanudaiya bhavanaya, they say that, but bhavanaya they give whatever dakshina has been spoken of before itself. The idea here is prayojanam adidishya mandopi na pravartate. Vaidika karmeshu api karyeshu api evameva tatra prayojanam uddishya eva ritvijaha api kurvanti, karyam kurvanti. Ritvik engardu yaru? Rigveda adhyayi is a ritvik. One who chants the Rigveda is called a ritvik. One who chants the Samaveda is called an udgata. One who chants the Yajurvedam, ரித்விக்கு அவர் பேர் யஜுர்வேதத்துக்கு யாரும் மறந்து போயிடுது, அதர்வண வேதத்துக்கு பிரம்மான்னு பேரு. ஒன் ஹூ சாண்ட்ஸ் தி அதர்வண வேதா இஸ் அ பிரம்மா. ரித்விக்கு உத்காதா பிரம்மா. Who is Adhvaryu? Adhvaryu is the one who chants Yajurvedam. Okay. புரியுதா? Is it clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Next.
तथा च सर्वेषां स्वार्थसमीहा स्वभावसिद्धा न्याया अनिवार्या च भवति. Therefore,
Desire
in
towards solving one's prayojanam, one's purpose.
everyone's desire for their own benefit is that swartha is natural, swabhava siddha, natural. Nyaya, it is just. Anivarya, it is inevitable.
It cannot be denied at all. அது natural, அது வந்து தானே ஆகணும். அது தடுக்க முடியாதுன்னு அர்த்தம். அனிவார்யான it cannot be obstructed.
ராமஸ்ய சரிதம்
அதையேவ யதி
अतएव यदि क्षुण्णं पूर्वैरिति जहति रामस्य चरितं गुणैः एतावद्भिः जगति पुनरन्यो जयति कः इति मुरारिवाक्यानुसारेण निखिलकल्याणगुणरत्नाकरस्य श्रीरामचन्द्रस्य गुणगण वर्णन प्रस्तावनायां रक्षिता स्वस्य धर्मस्य स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता इति स्वधर्मरक्षणं स्वजनरक्षणं च श्लाघ्यत्वेन वाल्मीकिमहर्षिणा वर्णनं सारस्येन संगच्छते. So in the Sankshepa Ramayanam, Rama is praised by Valmiki. During that context, this sentence comes: Rakshita swasya dharmasya swajanasya cha rakshita. One who protects one's own dharma as well as he is a protector of one's own people. Like that, this Rama is a Nikhila Kalyana Guna Ratnakaraha. He is a like a ocean or a nidhi of Ratnakaraha. All the Kalyana, all the auspicious qualities. He is a very mine of all the auspicious qualities. That he has a multitude of Kalyana Gunaha. He has a multitude of virtues. All of them are there in the Sri Ramachandra. While introducing him in the Valmiki Ramayanam, during that time of praise, Valmiki has praised him like that. But this is before him also, Yadi Kshunnam Purvairapi Jahati. So before him also many people have had all these gunas and it is there in them like that. Considering that, if we leave describing that for Ramasya Charitam.
ஒரு நிமிஷம் ரொம்ப கன்ஃபியூசிங்கா இருக்கு. இருங்க. அதையேவ யதி க்ஷுண்ணம் பூர்வைரிதி ஜஹதி ராமஸ்ய சரிதம் குணைஹ ஏதாவத்பிஹி ஜகதி புனः அன்யோ ஜெயதி கஹ. அதாவது this is a sentence by Murari who has written a play called Anargha Ragavam. Okay, so in that he says, see, if people just think that Ramacharitam tu Valmikina purvameva likhitam, so why should I write about it? Kshunnam purvaihi. Kshunnamna, it is a trodden path in artham. Purvaihi kshunnam. It has been already written by ancient people, by the people who have come before me. Iti Ramasya charitam jahati. If a person, yadi jahati, if someone leaves out this quality of this adena sorry ஒரே ஒரு நிமிஷம், இது வந்து அடுத்த லைன்ல வரணும். Yadikshunnam purvai riti jahati Ramasya charitam. If he lets go, that is, he does not describe Rama's charitam at all. ஏன்னா நிறைய பேர் பண்ணிட்டாப்பா, நான் என்னத்துக்கு பண்ணணும், புராணமித்யேவன சாது சர்வம் சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? So something like that. If people have already done it, why should I do it? அப்படின்னு then குணைஹி ஏதாவத்பிஹி குணைஹி ஜகதி புனः அன்யஹ கஹ ஜயதி. Then who with all these qualities, who will again come up in this world, who can have these qualities? This many qualities. Where will they find another hero for their work who has so many qualities. Dhairyadinam gunanam Gauravena, he becomes the most desirable character for us to describe about. If we let go of Rama, then Anyaha kaha jayati, who is more victorious than Rama in this world then? Abdin kekra. Iti Murari Vakya Anusarena, by following this Murari's Vakyam, Nikhila Kalyana Guna Ratnakarasya Sri Ramachandrasya Gunagana Varnana Prastavanayam. While describing Ramachandra's Guna, Ananta Kalyana Gunam, Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya, Swajanasya cha Rakshita iti, Swadharma Rakshanam, Swajana Rakshanam cha, Shlagyatwena Varnanam Sarasyen. By describing Ramachandra's Gunas, your dharma is also protected and your people are also protected. So how would this happen then? Yeah.
But the thing is, Murari Vakyam and all came much later. Valmiki Ramayanam, Sankshepa Ramayanam came much earlier. So now he is justifying Valmiki's Vakyam, which is the Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya, Swajanasya cha Rakshita. This is a Sankshepa Ramayanam's Vakyam is fitting, and the description by Valmiki the Great says that is the praise of Rama by Valmiki is apt, like that he's saying.
Correct.
But how is that Murari Vakyam is late and this
that's
came
okay
first.
So you always justify with a later action. How can justification come earlier?
See, the Vakyam itself is, if we if everyone thinks that okay, it has been described before itself, so why not, and now no need to describe like
இப்படி
that.
பாருங்க அவ்வளவு தூரம் குழப்பிக்கிறீர்கள் நீங்க. ஒரு நிமிஷம். ரக்ஷிதா ஸ்வஸ்ய தர்மஸ்ய ஸ்வஜனஸ்ய ச ரக்ஷிதா இதி வால்மீகி மஹர்ஷினா உக்தம். கிம் உக்தம் தத்ர? ஸ்வதர்ம ரக்ஷணம் ஸ்வஜன ரக்ஷணம் ச ஸ்லாഘ്യத்வேன உக்தம் வர்ணிதம். So it has been praised that if you protect your dharma and your people, that is the most praiseworthy thing. Iti Valmiki Maharshinaha Varnanam. Sarasyena Sangachate. Now, this whole thing, Ada Utruvo, or Namsha Sarasyena Sangachate, but Taniyavengo. So Valmikina Eva Muktam, Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya, Swajanasya cha Rakshita iti. Kutra kascha prasangaha tatra. What is the context in saying this sentence?
Ramashlagana samaye.
Ramashlagana samaye. So Nikhila Kalyana Guna Ratna Ratnakarasya Sri Ramachandra, who is like an ocean of Ratnas. Just like how there are a lot of gems in the ocean, in the same way there are a lot of Kalyana Gunas, good auspicious qualities in Ramachandra. Guna, Gana, Varnana, Prastavanayam. In the context of trying to describe the multitude of qualities that are there in Ramachandra, Valmiki says this sentence. He says this sentence to praise that Swadharma Rakshanam, Swajana Rakshanam cha Shlagyam iti. Now, how is this fitting? The fitting aspect of this is later when Murari writes this sentence saying, if I had let go that, people have already written about Rama. I don't need to write about Rama. Let me leave this Ramacharitam. Iti yadi vayam tyajamaha. Ramacharita varnanameva tyajamaha. Tarhi etavadbihi gunaihi punaha kaha anyaha jagati jayati. Who is another person who is as victorious as Rama for us to take him as a hero in this world? Which means describing about Rama is the best form of Swajana Rakshanam and Swadharma Rakshanam. With the Vakyam of Murari, we have justified Valmiki's statement.
This part is one. Why should we justify Valmiki's statement? We have to justify our own statement.
எல்லாத்துக்கும் எவிடன்ஸ் கேக்குறாளா இல்லையா?
Murari should justify his own statement. Why should he justify Valmiki's statement?
இல்லம்மா, ஒருத்தர் முன்னாடி எழுதியிருக்கான்னா பின்வரவாளுடைய ஆக்ஷன்ஸை வச்சு இந்த பலானுமேயாக பூர்வம் இல்லையா உங்களுக்கு? பலத்தை பார்த்துதானே முன்னாடி இந்த மாதிரி நடந்திருக்கணுங்கிறத நம்ம அனுமானம் பண்ணி கரெக்டா சொல்றோம். ஐயோ பலத்தை பாரு. சொல்லு ஜனனி. யா
I have one thought. I don't know if it is correct. Generally, in the ஏதாவது ஒரு காவியம் எல்லாம் எழுதுறச்ச
Even Yadava Abhyudayam, we had the same thought in the beginning. Vedanta Dashika was saying all this.
இந்த அவையடக்கம் அத மாதிரி அந்த ஆரம்பத்துல they will say இது மாதிரி பூர்வ யார் இருக்காளோ அவளை கோட் பண்ணிட்டோ இப்ப தமிழ்ல இவர கம்பர் வால்மீகி கோட் பண்ணிட்டு கம்பர் ஆர் வாட் எவர் அத மாதிரி லைக் in his work he is quoting Valmiki, right? So what is wrong in that? I don't know.
அதான் எனக்கும் புரியல.
No, it is not wrong. It is just that he has to justify his own work.
Yeah, he is justifying his action to write about Ramacharitam. But at the same time, he has also given with proof that, I am doing Ramacharitam following the words of Valmiki. So, which means Valmiki's words are also true. அப்படிங்கிறது நமக்கு வந்து it is being re-established. Not justified.
Murari Vakyānusārena.
ஆமா வாக்கியானுசாரேன பின்னாடி பாருங்க
வர்ணனம் சங்கச்சதே
சாரஸ்யேன சங்கச்சதே அது ரசமோட இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஆயிடுறது. இப்போ முராரி வாக்கியத்தை வச்சுட்டு பார்க்கும் பொழுது இன்னும் ரசத்தோட இருக்கு வால்மீகியினுடைய வார்த்தை.
ஓ ஓகே ஓகே
புரியுதா? வால்மீகி நாட்டுக்கு சொல்லிட்டு போயிட்டார். அத வந்து உண்மைன்னு ப்ரூவ் பண்றது எப்படி?
ஓகே
முராரி இந்த மாதிரி சொன்ன உடனே என்ன ஆறுது? அடடா வால்மீகி அன்னைக்கே சொன்னார் பாரு அப்படின்னு சொல்றோமா இல்லையா? அதுதான்.
ஓகே சரசேன சங்கச்சதி.
யா परंतु இன்னும் இருக்கா பெருசா இருக்கா?
परंतु लोके स्वार्थपरता सर्वे.
Okay, let's just take a break. இதுல இருந்து அடுத்த கிளாஸ் பாப்போம்.
ஓகே
ஓகே